nightmares.
I need to make a PSA, apparently, about...
There we go. We're already talking about PSAs because everything we talk about before stream is just not great. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are Shattered Dungeons. We play an indie RPG online via Twitch every Tuesday night for everyone to see, hear, taste, smell, but most importantly, feel. Yeah, lots of feelings on this show. Probably not. This episode, like so many others, are brought to you by our wonderful Twitch subscribers. Guys, say hello in chat, everyone who's listening to the podcast. Just imagine hundreds, if not millions of people simply posting little emojis in the chat. All of them appearing to be some sort of vulgar gesture towards me. And that's what you can get on Twitch from subscribing.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a fact. And our patrons over on our Patreon page. I know we've posted a lot of stuff recently, some behind the scenes things, as well as some one-shots that haven't been publicly given yet. But anywho, go check those out. Follow us on Twitch. We are in pursuit of 200 Twitch followers. Once we get to that 200 mark, we will be launching Kickstarters and all sorts of craziness. Lots of content, lots of fun, and really a lot of just love, adoration, hype for everybody. So join us there. If you like my shirt, and you've been listening to Arc 1, sorry for the spoilers, but if you want your own or your own piece of merch, such as this mug that I'm about to sip out of annoyingly.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh.
Tastes like dead players. No.
I think the gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah.
A real deep trick.
And this is the you know, this is how the session starts. Check out our merch. There's a link in chat. If you go to our website, shatteredtabletopgames.com, check out the store there. There's where you can get stuff. And of course, if you'd like to know more, not only about Shattered Dawn, but each of us individually and some other game mechanics and ideas specifically, if you want to know more about 2nd edition, join our Discord. The link's on our Twitch page. You can also find it all sorts of places. But join us, won't you, in our lovely community. Lots of cat pictures, which is,
Welcome.
It's the internet. That's kind of par for the course, right? So, welcome. Now, this evening we are missing 2 of our players. As with all things, life can get in the way. And so Ray is out sick this evening, and, well, Heather is trapped in a building with no electricity, no way out. Hopefully, one day, she'll leave. But until then...
And her own children.
Yes.
I feel like that's the scarier thing to be trapped with.
Oh yeah.
Is it though?
Than no electricity.
Well, depends. Depends on what you do, really. Well, that's all I have. We're gonna get this party rockin'. So enjoy our lovely intro video. If you can, there is an Easter egg at the very end. See if you can spot Tofu. We'll see you in a moment. This is Shattered Dungeons. back, friends.
I like dinosaurs.
Hope you enjoyed the intro video. Literally, dinosaurs were stated. This evening with us, as previously mentioned, we are missing 2, but we have next to me, I can actually, guys, I got the point down. Next to me, we have Dion playing Flynn, who is without dialogue because he's mute. So he gave a thumbs up for those of you listening. Those of you watching saw the thumbs up. I'm glad you all could enjoy that with us. Above him, we have Raven playing David Threepwood.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Threepwood. Oh no.
You went for it. I didn't think you would. But here we are. Above Raven, we have Lauren playing Brand.
Hey, y'all. I think it's heating up in here.
It's about to. And above Brand, we have Jordan playing Nikina.
You know, we have a lot of fun here, but it's time I made a serious statement about some things that were said that I'm not proud of in regards to Taylor Swift. I swear, Tofu, I was not trying to disparage Taylor Swift. I was just trying to say how artists pull from what they know from their past experiences.
I think you're just digging.
Now,
oh no, I'm always digging a hole. Don't worry about that.
For reference, for those of you listening, in our pre-stream, Jordan made the very terrible choice of bashing Taylor Swift a little bit. It wasn't even that bad. No, it was just like, your own observation. But we very quickly tore him down. And then I offered Tofu a potency flux. For those of you watching, I don't know if you can see, but this, right there, the last thing in chat says Nikina was damaged for 50 points of health from the potency flux test. Obviously, that's not applicable, but it was very funny to me. So
I always knew Taylor Swift would be the death of me.
Me too.
What? So, let us recap. Last time you went into a chasm to retrieve an outsider lord's heart. You did so, and the chasm you were in began crumbling, and a swirling vortex of rock and destruction developed beneath you. And so as you reached the plateau above where you entered the chasm, you turned to gaze behind at the vortex of stone and gravel. The swirling mass grows taller and takes shape. The beings, in this case David Threepwood, Jensar, and Brand, and other large rocks and debris that were consumed in the cave-in, fall to the ground in front of it as a large azurite elemental takes shape and brandishes its 2 formidable fists. It emits a mighty roar and barrels toward the rest of the group, ignoring the rubbish set before it. And so, our battle begins. So, I'm going to roll initiative for our friend here. He gets a 62. We have initiative from last session, and so we are going to begin our round with Flynn.
I don't remember what we rolled.
Flynn, what do you do?
Just burst into action.
Yeah.
All right, I got a 6.
Aw, thanks for the gifted sub at Raven Vulcans. You're so sweet. Type faster, Joel. I really hope. He's some crazy person.
I don't know my new voice now. He sounds really handsome.
Yes.
I am going to throw a couple of phasing attacks at the thing. I'm going to make the motion of the punch, which the force from phasing is gonna continue beyond my reach with my fist to this guy's face. Hopefully,
Move.
I'm going to do that twice.
Do it.
Did I actually make a button for that? Oh, actually, I think that's probably not the right.
Oh, I just noticed that was 2 gifted subs. Raven, thanks, man. You are so lovely.
Yeah, just gotta take care of Woods and Joel,
Yeah, everyone, let's get, dragon cookies are warranted right now. Dragon cookies and business time.
Yay!
In bridges of death.
Of course.
Just the nice ones. we're gonna be positive.
There we go.
Come on,
I feel like Tofu's become my parole officer.
That's very
Who's
true.
trying to make sure I walk the straight and narrow.
Yeah. So
And I
Flynn,
just keep messing up.
I believe you have to move up 1 square to attack, but you attack from a slight distance. Your 78 hits, as does your 52. So you deal 5 damage each to this thing.
So I have a question. What square is it actually in? Because I thought my phasing had a range of 4.
4 squares?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Ah, never mind then. My bad. I thought it was 2 squares away. That is my fault.
4.
Cool. All right. After Flynn, it is David Threepwood. David, you are prone on the ground, having been discarded like the rubbish it thinks you are. What do you do?
It
Dang.
pooped you out.
It's standing up is an action, right?
It's a freebie.
Oh, it's a freebie? Well, I stand up and I pull out my trusty crossbow and I shoot.
Go for it.
I'm being conflicted on voices right now.
Do both, back and forth. A natural 69, which leads to a 74, is a
All
hit.
that lack of magic has made David Threepwood go insane.
Actually,
Oh,
that
dude.
is a mechanic of the Azure, so I mean, if you want to play to that, go for it.
Ooh, ew.
Split
Okay.
personality up in here.
Man. How much damage do you deal, David?
8.
The Ocho.
By the way, that natural roll of 69.
I know, I even said that.
Wait, you did?
I do.
Yeah.
I did. I
heard
said,
him.
Wow.
yeah,
My
there we go.
brain
I
falls down
have
every moment.
witnesses. After that,
You gotta shake off all that earwax you got going.
the Azurite Elemental rears its arm and picks Callisto up. It's going to make its roll. It succeeds. Callisto is clenched in its fist, and he throws her back on the ground right in front of you guys. Callisto appears to be encased in some sort of sheen of rock, and it looks as though she's paralyzed. You're not entirely sure from what or how, but the Azure's an interesting place. So, she takes 10 damage, which is not great for her, just as a heads up. And after that, it is Brand. Brand, what is your brand?
Brand is going
They have my
to
brand.
say, "Oh, I'm dead. I just know I'm dead. I think I just died there. It's my spirit." And I'm going to cast Cold Gust,
Okay.
which is plus 16.
82 is a hit. How much damage?
10.
Okay. Good hit. Chat is going off right now. I love it.
Chad is trying to kill me.
That's what I love about it. No. After Brand, with much hesitation, go ahead.
Do I just get the one, or can I do that twice?
Oh, I guess you can do it twice. Let's see number 2. That is also a hit.
So another 10.
Perfect. Nikona, it's your turn, friend.
Dang, a plus 16. That's awesome. I only got a plus 5. So Nikona is going to rush up and try and come sort of to the side to draw attention away from Callisto. Hey, you! Give me your best shot! Oh, goodness.
Nikona runs up and tries to take him on
First
solo.
roll is the worst.
You just like completely miss. Like nerves get the best of you, and you just basically do like an aerial flip in an attempt to attack. But on the back end, you're able to stick him with a kick, which does hit. How much damage?
11.
Okay. And is this force damage or regular?
No, this is hand to hand.
Okay, cool. Sweet. After Nekina
It's the
is
power
back.
of fists.
Oh my! It's back to
And
Flynn.
friendship.
Happiness.
Is that the magic we can teach David Threepwood?
Yeah.
Friendship. Magic of friendship.
I don't like that, but
Slowly
You get the
drives
ring.
him insane.
By the end,
ring
he's
of
gonna
heart.
he's gonna unveil
Lauren.
the Care Bear stare.
Oh no.
all right, Flynn. What do you do?
I am gonna chisel away at this buddy with this puppy with my
Give him a little pop pop.
attempt to give him a little pop with my two great far and wide misses
Yep.
that happen to be identical.
Now, in this case, you swing and the force energy goes flying from your fist and hits him in what appears to be a pretty open spot. Nothing seems to happen. It's like it glances off, and then you go for that same attack, thinking that you can maybe hit him in a slightly different way, but again, it's almost like it's absorbed by the elemental itself. So, after Flynn, it is David Threepwood with his iron crossbow.
David Threepwood aims true and aims even truer and tries to shoot this thing
With the truth.
Yeah, with the 34. Yep.
As you aim true and then aim even truer, it seems that the truth that you imbued in this thing is a little too true for you, and it goes sailing through an opening.
You're not woke enough.
Yeah, you're not woke enough. You shoot it. Now, I need a roll from chat. You shoot it and it goes through the Azurite elemental, but it appears to be traveling towards Nikina.
Hey now.
We will see what happens with chat's roll when we come back from letting them roll.
This commercial break.
No.
We're gonna have a commercial break? I want a commercial break.
These
Jordan,
messages.
tell us something about
Be right
cereal?
back.
Yeah.
2 scoops.
Yeah,
Oh,
Red
commercial's
as
over.
Red Joey says, need 2 scoops for big poops.
Oh, yeah. So with a roll of 16 from chat, the arrow goes sailing just barely past Nikina. Not damaging him, but letting him know that he needs to be aware of how powerful
gods
his
are
words
angry
can be.
Oh my. Don't shoot the little man.
Hey,
Now-
can you be careful with that thing?
I never miss. Weird.
You've missed twice.
That's why it's weird.
So,
60% of the time I hit every time.
so the
Not even
Azurite
60%.
elemental. What was that?
I said not even 60%.
Yeah, far less. The Azurite elemental, seeing Nikina close, turns, and seeing an arrow fly behind it, it turns yet again. The targets are in front of it. It is going to attack now. Enjoy yourselves. One Azurite knuckle comes slamming down on Nikina,
That'll
dealing.
do it.
Whoa.
It deals 20 points of damage.
Ow.
The next is thrust towards David Threepwood. 85 is a hit, I'm assuming, David?
Yes.
You
Very
take.
much so.
Okay, you
There
take
goes
10 damage as
Lord.
well.
10?
10.
Okay.
Mine was a critty.
Critty. Now, after the Azurite Elemental, it is Brand's turn. Brand, you see Nikina is, smushed.
Oh no. He done stomped on that little furry man. Oh my! One, two. I can move 8, correct?
Correct.
1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, what I'm gonna do is come right. 1, 2, 3, right here.
Okay.
And cast.
Thought you were gonna jump on his back.
Would've been cool.
Ooh, doggy.
Didn't Rog do that?
Rog did
Episodes?
everything like that. And Pax.
Yes, he would have. Well, yeah. And I'm gonna
Rest in
cast.
peace, you tiny insane man.
Yeah.
Yeah, who tried
Yeah.
to eat everything. I'm gonna cast Cold Gust
That is a
Only
hit.
fair that he was eaten in death.
here. So 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can cast it again and then back up, correct?
Yes. Keep
Like I
track
can
of your
move the other-
potency, though.
My other 4, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. I forgot. This is my it's not potency for me, actually.
Oh, did you're taking health, didn't you?
I
Well,
did.
that ain't good for you at all, huh? The magic of blood magic. It'll kill ya.
It's true. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to head this way to try to like get him to turn around.
Okay. I'll say that he does so turn around, and he is not happy. His rocky eyebrows furrow, and you see
Hey, pick on
debris
somebody
falling
your own
off.
size.
He looks
Which would be
around.
none of us.
It's like, no one
Violence is
here
not
is my
always the
size.
Exactly.
Nikana, how do you respond?
Is it my turn?
It is.
Yeah, I can't get to her in that amount of time. I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna. Hey, your fight's with me.
Oh, the old speechcraft, huh?
Oh, the old punchy.
Oh, man. Well, the first one hits, and that's 11, right?
Yeah.
So it hits. The second one, however, does not. It kind of not bruises your hand, but definitely not a solid hit.
Gotcha.
Are you gonna move?
I'm gonna flank around because I heard the sounds of anguish, but I don't know specifically what's going on.
You flank around to the other side of the fight on the far end, and then leave everybody.
Well, no, I would have. Sorry, tongue-tied. I would assume that I heard something of Brand
Yes,
consuming
however,
her own life, right?
yeah. However, she's up here.
Yeah, I didn't want to go straight through the guy.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm
You
trying
could
to
have probably ran behind David Threepwood and him, though. That might have been a better path.
Well, I might also draw Big Boy's attention away, so.
True. After Nikana, it is Flynn.
All right, so he's still looking mighty beefy, isn't he?
He is not.
He's a beefy Fritos burrito.
Yeah, he's feeling all right. Not the best, but all right.
Chat, what do you think I should use my potency flux right here? And
Ooh.
let chaos reign supreme, maybe settle it once and for all.
Leaving
or-
it to
or
chat.
seal our fate.
No, I'm a
What do you think, chat?
You know there are positive things that can happen with that, right?
That's the gamble, right?
That's fair. All right.
Oh my.
So, what do you
I haven't
do
heard from
if?
chat.
Oh no! What?
What does that mean?
Tofu says no
Tofu's
mercy.
No mercy.
Bring on the chaos.
Let's do it. Potency flux on the earth elemental then.
This could be
Big Daddy.
wonderful or it could be completely tragic. Now, for those of you who don't know, while watching on Twitch live, you generate advancement points, which you can cash in for things like this. So this is a randomly generated spell effect that is affecting the Azurite elemental right now. So the target is going to take double damage from fire for 2 turns.
Hooray!
Yay.
Any of
oh
us
my.
have that?
What do you say?
Do any of us have that?
It's a great
Time to start
question.
striking a match.
All right, so Flynn, what's the rest of your turn?
I'm gonna hit him with the projection
Okay.
attack.
Go for it.
I'm assuming that takes one. The potency flux takes an attack, and then there's my.
Nope, potency flux is randomly generated.
Oh, okay. So then 2 of those. Ooh, that is an ugly
natural
miss.
3. One of them hits, the other one, however, does not. Tofu says, torch that sucker.
I think Brand's the only one that can.
dead.
You're right, Brand is the only one that can use fire. After
She's a firebrand.
Flynn is David Threepwood.
Ah.
David, what are you doing, crazy boy?
Hey, I got a question. I have one hand with the crossbow because
Yeah.
it's the small crossbow. Can I dual wield, or do I need to take a skill for that?
You can dual wield. However, the crossbow you have is a heavy crossbow, so you can't
Is
dual
it?
wield
I thought
that.
it was the light.
Oh, if it's a
'Cause
light
it was the
crossbow,
damage-
then yeah, go for it.
It was damage 5. No, it was damage 6 on the crossbow. That was the light one, wasn't it?
I'll look it up,
Pretty sure.
but yeah, if it's light, you can dual wield. If it ain't, no. I'll let you know in a moment.
No, I didn't pick up the heavy one.
So, what would you do?
My goal is to get 2 of them eventually. I only got 1 though.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can provide some clarity for you in a moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna look too.
So what do you do with the rest of your turn then?
Oh, I was going to, if I can do dual wielding, if that's the right crossbow, I was gonna pull out my dagger too and give it a jab.
Oh, nice.
I'm right
To
next
answer
to the
your
arm.
question, iron crossbow is damage 7. Light crossbow is damage
is it-
4.
Then plus the arrow. So yeah, that's where you're getting the 5 from.
Yeah, bolt is 2. So if you have 6, then yes, it is a light crossbow. So dual
Yeah, I have
wielding.
6. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm gonna roll.
What's more? Thanks, Tofu.
And so the crossbow hit was 8, and then I'll roll.
That's
for
a
dagger.
critical hit.
Yep. So 16,
Mm-hmm.
and then 52 for the dagger.
That is also a hit. How much damage?
For the dagger, 4.
Okay. And with David Threepwood's turn, it is now the Rock Elemental's turn. David, he doesn't like what he just experienced. In fact, it felt like pain. You have his attention, and he's about to smash you.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. With a roll of natural 1, I'm actually going to allow him to...
Aside, game over.
With a roll of natural 1, he smashes the ground beneath you and you dodge out of the way. However, his hand gets stuck, accidentally absorbed into the ground. And so he is pulling with his other hand, the hand that is stuck in the ground, out, which means he is losing his second attack.
Nice.
You got very lucky on that, good sir. After that is Brand. Brand, what do you do from so far away?
Serves you right, you nasty little bugger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She scampers over. And
Oh, I think correction on my crossbow, since it was light, it would have been 7 then damage.
No worries.
Yeah.
And she kicks him.
I think that's his way of saying that 1 extra damage isn't going to help us one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brand, you run up and start rapping with uncontrollable speed. One could say you start spitting fire. No. So you go up and you kick him? That's what
I'm
you said?
trying. Well, she goes up. I'm using hand to hand.
Okay. That is a hit. How much damage do you deal?
3 whole points of damage.
Wow! And would you care to attack with your other hand?
I would, because I'm just on fire.
40 is also hit. You deal a whopping 3 more damage.
And then I'm going to use my last 3 and back up again.
You back up hastily as the rock azurite elemental crumbles to the ground, its potency essence dissipating.
Oh, hooray!
You guys have destroyed, the azurite elemental.
Oh
No.
man, I wanted to kill
And
it.
I was just about to use fire, too.
I would be remiss if I didn't give you your experience points now for that battle, something I'm trying to get better at doing. You guys each gain 4 experience points.
Hooray!
No?
Yeah, it's 18.
2 more to go.
Now, looking around, you notice that Jensar and Callisto are still unconscious.
Oh, they're dead. I just know they're dead.
I love
mean,
how
we
you
could
go to
try and-
0 to 100 so quick.
We could probably, check them and they might just be still unconscious.
Oh, I'm sure it's no use. I just know they're dead.
They're pretty dead, it looks like it.
That's kind of an unhelpful attitude.
Let's just plan their funeral. Say something nice.
Hold on, I know a little bit about healing. Maybe I can take a look.
Are they still encased and stuff, or?
It seems that with the rock elemental's destruction, the sheen of rock and debris has since fallen to dust around them. However, they're still unconscious. Now,
Would
Jensar never got up after being spat out by the azurite elemental.
pooped? He was pooped.
That's, agree to disagree. So,
He's not here to say otherwise. He was pooped out.
okay.
With Nikina's apprentice recon, is there anything he can do to stabilize or at least get a feel for what's going on with them?
You can roll a reconstitution, just check. It'll operate like an attack roll, but
Okay.
based on looking at them, it doesn't appear that any outright damage was done to Jensar. Callisto seems to have taken minimal damage, and with a roll of 97, you're able to determine without a shadow of a doubt that they are in fact alive. It appears that they are in some sort of weird stunned state. Now, looking
No,
around,
they're fine. They're just kind of like winded or something.
looking around at the rest of the group, you notice that they are the only 2 adult Vis-a-Vil. And so your guess is that maybe it's something to do with that. Flynn is also seemingly Vis-a-Vil. However, he's of a vastly different age range than the other 2. So it might, but he also didn't get touched really in any negative way by the azurite elemental. So
That's good to know.
yeah.
So the old folks had a nap?
I mean, it could be. I mean, best we can do is take him back to Gramps and he might know something.
Little man, do you still have that heart of the something or another?
Yeah, I kept it close to my own heart.
Oh, good job. Good job.
As long as you didn't switch them, because then that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
I mean, that would require me opening up my own chest.
I've seen some things, man.
David
All right.
looks very confused and reaches out to pull out the heart from his, not his chest cavity, like I was about to say.
This thing?
Oh God, what am
Indiana
I
Jones
doing?
all over again.
Cover your enemy, cover your heart.
Yes.
we should probably two of us should grab one and two of us should grab the other, and we just start walking, I guess.
Am I big enough that I can just carry both of them?
You are.
Never mind.
Let me
you-
just scoop these little ducklings up.
If you
Little
follow
ducklings.
us on Instagram or social media, you can see a height size comparison from all the character art. So you should do that. Anywho, back to this.
Narrative voice in our heads. Is there
Yeah.
any loot, or is it just rocks?
Frank,
Frank is the narrative voice in your head now.
I'm telling you a story now.
As you look through all of the rock and rubble, there's
no.
nothing, yeah. So, no, there is no anything unless you would like some gravel. Plenty of gravel.
Well, you guys don't hear an effeminate German in your head, do you?
What are you
I think you
thinking
got
about?
I think you got slapped around a little bit too much.
I mean, that's kind of likely considering.
You did get a little squish there.
Well, luckily I had this magic-y ward thing going on, and it actually took all the damage, but it did kind of knock me around a little bit.
So we have to get out of here, right?
You have to make it back to the camp.
All right, I guess we should get going.
Anybody know which way is out?
You can actually see Belfield's camp a little ways off. He's to the southeast from your current location.
And his little bug.
The Baileon.
He could have
Was
been
there-
helping this whole time.
Was there anything dropped off of the elemental at all?
Just gravel and pain. Lots of pain.
Shame.
Yeah.
Hey, Gramps, we're back.
The group makes it back to camp and delivers
We
the
killed-
outsider Lord Heart to Belfeath. As
We
it's
killed a
handed
giant
off,
rock, which was cool.
Belfeath says, "This heart symbolizes a life lost. That life, like so many others, can often stand to serve a purpose beyond the finality of death. This one's lasting legacy, among others, is to give us permit to seek judgment. With that judgment, all will be made clear. Rest,
What?
as you may. We will continue our journey after I complete the attunement ritual."
I finished complaining to this
After I file this complaint?
This complete
Okay, Karen.
ritual.
You were gonna complain.
It appears that in your venture, two of your other associates seem to have befallen ill.
Yeah,
What
I'm pretty sure they're
happened?
dead.
I
They're
can
not
see
dead, I
them
checked.
breathing.
Yeah, I told them and they wouldn't listen, but I was like, I kind of know, two things about people.
You should trust each other. Something that will come in time, I'm sure, but you should make way for that to happen sooner rather than later. Your lives depend on it. Come, bring them forward. You guys
Bran
bring
just
Jensar and
Plops
Callisto?
them down.
You eat them.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No
Let me-
gentleness, just thud onto the ground.
Yeah, thud. Let me look them over for a moment. He kind of peers over them very intricately. He doesn't do anything abnormal necessarily, but after a while he stands up It appears that the Azurite elemental seems to have done something with their innate potent energies. Something that Visaville can become subject to, especially in their less formidable years. With time,
So
they
what-
will wake.
I have no idea what you just said.
He just said they're old.
Oh, okay.
Come, allow me to complete the ritual. You watch over the camp, will you?
Which you?
Who are you talking to?
All of you. I may not be interrupted, for if I am, you will pay the price.
But once again, you mean all of us, you, or like a specific?
I
One
will
will pay the
always
price.
speak to all of you unless we are alone. Belfith
'cause-
sits down and begins chanting softly to himself as the heart begins to glow. Thank you for the follow, Jack-tastrophe. You are awesome. Welcome.
Jack.
Welcome to the stream. I don't know, I'm sorry.
You got Frank on the mind. Are you bringing Frank back? Can we have Frank?
You know what?
Yes.
Next time we do a potency flux, I'll do that. That's the next potency flux.
Frank becomes a time traveler and a
Frank
dimensional
is-
rift traveler.
Yeah, Frank is the watcher.
So it's just floating.
So, as
have so many
Belfith
friends.
completes the ritual, some hours are going to pass. Specifically, 12 hours are going to pass. This is a lengthy ritual. Oh, Tofu, thank you for the gifted sub to Jack-tastrophe. Guys, everyone, you're so awesome. Let's get dragon cookies in business time in the chat for everybody.
So many dragon cookies.
So many. Rest in peace, Kevin.
Oh,
It hurts.
my buddy.
Stop bringing up the pain.
It's painful. Ugh. So, while he's performing the ritual, he appears to be unaware of anything else going on. He's in a pretty deep trance. What do you guys spend the next 12 hours doing?
Well, Negative would be explaining. Okay, so it gets confusing because he spent like my whole life calling me you, and then he's like you to everybody, and I'm like, which one of, which one of us are you talking about?
So you're doing that for 18 hours?
Oh no, that's just like the.
Oh. I'm like, oh
He
no.
spends
to talk a
18
lot.
hours
Literally just
complaining.
having a crisis for a day.
I've never been alone with my own thoughts for that long.
Normally he's hit me by now.
David's going crazy in the corner.
Yoo-hoo.
So you have like no magic? Like at all?
Magic?
Like I can kind of heal people and a lot of, we can shoot our fist far away and stuff like that.
Oh, no need for that. Only need smarts. Learned on boats. And treasure-seeking abilities. I was very good at treasure.
Ooh, I like treasure.
Never seen a boat.
All I need is my trusty crossbow. Anytime. Anywhere.
So where is he conducting the ritual at? Is it inside this little passageway here to our east? I'm assuming that's our east.
No, he is just sitting down right in front of the campfire. He's holding the heart, which is slightly levitating in front of his hands, his open hands. And he is just kind of softly chanting to himself. His eyes are glazed over, that you can tell from behind his mask. It's really just him and the camp.
Okay. Can something come from the east through that passage?
Potentially. You're kind of in a wide open area right now.
Oh, and it is kind of surrounded, so he's kind of protected a little bit here. They can only get to him from these two entry points, I see.
I guess if we just
I think we.
up.
Would he have any spell tomes or anything where I could see if he's got other spells that I can learn?
Probably.
He's
You
gonna
can
rifle through his things.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a trance.
You've seen him in his pack, several writings and things of that nature. You can rifle through his stuff.
Is he gonna get mad at me?
If he notices you, but
I mean, in my experience, he's always mad.
Is that just a roll 1d100?
technically it's either a pickpocket or a sneak check.
Well, I have no advancements for either, so there you go.
Then you get the general check.
General check.
Hi.
Go ahead and make that roll, unless you already did, in which case
it's
it's 60. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the 60, you begin rifling through his things, and you keep looking up at him, and he either knows you're doing it and doesn't care, or this ritual really does require his unbridled concentration. And so, peering through, you find a couple of basic spells. It seems like there are a lot more higher tier spells that he keeps with him that he has been studying. But you're able to find a spell called Ice Arrow.
Neat. Oh, I do like that. I'ma study it.
All right. So you spend the next several hours studying how to cast the spell Ice Arrow. Now,
It's too bad it's not like Flame Arrow, as I was raised by a fire tribe, but I'll take it.
truth. What does everyone else spend their time doing? Flynn, what are you doing during this time?
I'm thinking about setting up a patrol along this perimeter right here. Let's see. Patrol from here up around here. Just setting up. Actually, our visibility to that is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even need to walk. I don't need to walk my short little patrol route. It'd be like walking in the yard.
Yeah, it's not
I think I'm gonna set up. Oops. I think I'm gonna set up posts right about here and play a minor lookout role.
Okay. As Flynn walks off stoically just a little ways from camp, what is David Threepwood and Nickena doing?
David's kind of resting up a little bit, leaning on stuff, keeping a watchful eye out, but also, you know, enjoying some nice peace and quiet for the first time in many, many hours, you know. So
Sure. The last several have been trying, to say the least. What about Nickena? What is Nickena doing?
Nickena would be practicing with his hand-to-hand and his phasing. Just
Okay.
an annoying amount of practice and grunts.
What noises? Please tell us.
Like a prepubescent Power Ranger.
That is quite the descriptor.
Aren't they all prepubescent Power Rangers?
They're all like 23-year-olds playing 14-year-olds.
yeah, except for that Green Ranger, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Jason
Talk
David
about
Frank for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I need everyone to roll a sneak check or a general check. Up to you. Okay. Nickena
You
with an
said-
87.
You said a sneak check?
Yep, or a general check.
Tofu.
Brand with a 45. David Threepwood with a 107. And then Flynn, what is your roll? 82. Excellent. Very excellent, everybody. And so as Belfeath is in his trance, you guys are kind of doing your own thing. Now, Jensar and Callisto are still very much unconscious. They have been placed at this point in their tents, just kind of, that's where they should probably be. And David, while you're over there just enjoying some peace and quiet, you hear something from just behind you on your right. And as you turn around, you see something.
What do I see?
This creature is probably the cutest thing that you've seen in your entire time in the Azure. It's covered in a fine, silky fur. It has 4 legs and 2 long antennae atop its long head. It's got a short tail with a small carapace plate on the end of it. Its 4 eyes alert it to any small movements you make, allowing it to react quickly to predators most likely. It also seems to have small tusks stemming from its small mouth to help it deal with any enemies that it may encounter. It's not very far from you, and you can see on the map where it is, but what is your reaction?
I cautiously back away a little bit towards the others to let them know.
How do you let them know?
With hand signals.
Okay. And so Brand, who is studying a book very intently, I need you to make a general check. David, I need you to make a general check. Or a stamina check. It's up to you.
That's never a good sign.
Well, good news. David Threepwood, you are able to get Brand's attention. So, Brand, you see David Threepwood waving his arms chaotically in front of you. What do you do?
Yes. Little man, are you having a seizure? Or what's happening?
There's some kind of creature over the hill. It looks like it could be dangerous. It also could
Oh.
be full of meat.
Like a bitey kind of creature?
It has horns, tusks.
Oh my.
How loud are they being?
They're being very quiet.
Okay.
All you can hear right now is Nick and his grunts. So Brand walks forward to David Threepwood, and I'm assuming, David, you point towards the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Tofu says,
looks
no,
like
don't you dare ruin a chance of a pet, Raven. She doesn't want
Even
you to
though
kill.
I can't see David Threepwood right now because he's behind a pillar from me,
You
this
did
thing
see
is in
Brand.
vision. This thing is sort of in my eyesight path, but I'm looking away. So would you like me to make a roll to see if I happen to notice this thing off to my right behind me?
That's what the general check was.
That was what. Oh, that's what the general one was for.
Yep.
We shall name it.
She took control of Kevin that one time.
I know.
True.
She's gonna murder all of us with a wild boar.
So, David and Brand are gazing at this thing. It appears to be looking in your guys' general direction, though it seems to be cautious. What do you two do?
Is this like a pet kind of animal or like a eat 'em kind of animal?
Just
or-
behind you. Just
You ask the guy who got here yesterday.
Oh, I forgot about that, Declan. I'm so sorry.
I have no idea what this is. That's why I'm a little frightened. It reminds me of this thing called boar.
So menacing. Much ire.
Squishy.
Oh, Chad.
Maybe we should get Do I recognize? I live here. Do I recognize this thingy?
You've seen a...
Do I know what it is?
Yes, you know it by name, actually. This thing
Squishy.
is a Wexlibin.
A Wexlibin.
Did you know a lot of people get maimed or even die in America from wild boar attacks?
Boars?
I did not.
Yeah.
Huh. I know that the bison kill the most people in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I think.
There's some like statistic with
Mm-hmm.
wild boar in America and people getting like really hurt from them.
Oh wow.
How can you follow an I know it with an I think?
I don't know.
It like cancels the I know out immediately.
I know.
Do I know?
Maybe.
Do I know or think if the Wexlibin is like a bitey, aggressive kind of thing, or?
It can be. A lot of people will keep these as pets. You do know that. However, they're also not like, owning a mouse. It would be the equivalent of owning a snake that has spikes all over it.
So the
Well.
ultimate goth move is what I'm hearing.
Yes?
Snake with spikes.
That's
Is he a
not what it looks like.
constrictor?
No.
Okay,
That's not
I
what it
got
looks
you.
like. It's the equivalent of like if you were to own an animal that could probably kill you if it really wanted to.
Great.
That's
I
what
gotcha.
I meant.
So David, that there is called a Wexlibin, and I mean you can go like make friends with it or something, but he can also kill you because I mean it's the Azure, so
I'm not really good with animals. Kind of stick to myself.
At this point, Flynn and Nikita, you've noticed a commotion from behind you from David and Brand.
Guys, what's going on?
hey y'all, look at there's that little animal over there. If any of y'all wants to go say hey to a critter.
Very
Maybe?
confident.
Is it a nice one or what?
It's a Wexlibin. Go on out there and see if you can make friends.
Maybe. Gonna cast my ward.
As you do that, it backs up, frightened.
Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to spook you.
It continues to edge backward.
I pull out a
Get a
little bit of
snack.
food.
It stops edging backwards as you offer it a snack.
And I'll toss the food right about here.
It
Tofu.
comes forward and starts reluctantly eating it.
Reluctantly?
Yeah, it's like eyeing you, like cautiously. It's worried about its
I really
safety,
wanted
but it also
Swiss
wants food.
rolls.
I'll take a little bit out of mine and, toss it like right here.
Okay.
Here you go. It's okay.
And so it edges forward a little bit more. It's starting to warm up to you guys. Now, at this point, I need one person who wants to step forward to make a wilderness check.
Oh god.
Okay. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it.
Who has wilderness?
You seem to remember Jensar has some wilderness experience.
Oh yeah, the knots.
I pick Jensar up and kind
I'm
of
the
wave him
closest
around.
to an animal. I'll do it.
Okay.
If you shake them, dice will come out.
Hey, little fella, it's okay.
It warms up to you fairly quickly. It's continuing to eat out of your hand what's left of what you have.
You've got to
we're,
eat him out of your hand.
we're fur buddies.
It seems to be taking somewhat kindly to you. What else do you do?
Shall we kill it? No.
That's dark.
Yeah, I use it to launch a sneak attack. No,
Oh my.
You just whisper
David-
into its corpse, "It's the Azure, buddy."
We will name you Bacon.
Oh no.
Aw.
we'll call it Lajdak.
Aww.
David, can you throw some more food over here?
Sure.
I toss a handful of food.
Here you go, buddy.
Okay. It continues to eat. It seems to be pretty friendly. What do you do now? It seems to have stopped eating. It seems like it's full.
Hold my hand out for like you do with a dog to get to like, here, sniff my hand, buddy. It's all good.
Okay.
It's how you get your hand bitten off.
It chomps. No. It feels pretty good. As you take a step back to see if it'll follow you, it follows you.
I'm Nikina. I can
Sorry,
be
I just
your
read
friend.
Tofu's chat message.
Yeah, no. This is why those of you playing the home game should definitely be around for the live, because chat slays us with jokes.
Oh,
In
it's
this
too
case,
good.
talking about the unfortunate nature of your Arcmaster introducing a beloved NPC just to take them from you and hurt you.
Multiple times. But he was nice at one of those times. He gave Brink back.
I did give Frank book. So the Wexlebin seems to be following you now.
What do I do now, guys?
Well, the only proper thing is to name him. Or her. I don't know.
It starts sniffing you now, David. It seems to be curious about all of you, and so as you're standing there, it kind of goes to each of you, one by one, just sniffing, seeing if you guys are a threat, or if you smell friendly or not. And then it comes back and sits next to you, Nikina.
Oh, you made a friend.
I will pet it.
Roll a general check for me.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Going to die.
I said 3 pets.
I will take 3 belly rubs and no more.
So for the 73
only
that you
pet.
rolled, you're able to pet it without startling it. And so it's to note that you'll probably need to spend some time with it to really get it to warm up to you enough to do that. I need
Apparently,
you to,
I've got like 12 hours.
yeah. Well, so after some time, which at this point it's been many hours, Belfeath seemingly finishes the ritual. He stands, clearly drained of energy, and addresses you all.
Back the camp. We leave immediately.
The group begins packing, and once ready, Belfeath climbs atop the Byleon, where Jensar and Callisto are also laid across. You depart following his lead, and so let me group you guys up. So
Come on,
y'all
Squishy,
can
you're with me.
depart.
Squishy?
Oh
Tofu
no,
demands it.
you guys have named it Squishy. Ugh, I don't like this.
Oh, it's not gonna end well.
No, it's not.
I gotta like the names, or it's all for nothing. So as I transfer our lovely group of adventurers, after many more hours, you spot a large structure jutting from the ground.
I mean, if Squishy doesn't respond to Squishy, I'll try something else.
There you go.
But I'll put that out there.
It appears as a forked tower, sloping down from the heavens and widening at the base. Between its 2 spires, a beam of energy pulsates, illuminating much of the area around it. Belfeath simply states, That is our destination. And so at this point, I'm going to give you guys 2 experience points for dealing with the Wexlebin together. And then we're going to continue onward.
Does that mean we're 20 now?
You should be level 3 as of right this second.
Yay!
Yeah. Congrats, guys. You did it. Yeah. Level up as you see fit.
Nope.
Don't ask any questions till after the session.
How do we level up?
Nope, not gonna help.
Wait, no.
So, the journey toward the spire is long and arduous. The entire way, Belfieth's demeanor changes as you near him. At last, the group stands at a safe distance from the spire, its potent energy shooting up the middle, opening into the sky. Looking upon the structure, at its base there appear to be several levels with a large stairway running up the middle. At the precipice of the stairway is a large doorway that appears to be shut and barred. On each platform there are a series of rock elementals standing guard and patrolling some areas. Toward the bottom of the stairway, standing nearby it, is a rock elemental that seems to be humanoid in form, wearing bizarre garments fashioned into a singular outfit. Belfieth stops abruptly and speaks. I must prepare myself. Stay close. Do not provoke the rock elementals. He enters a deep trance once more. And so you guys can kind of scout around if you want. Obviously, he doesn't want you to be spotted.
I'm gonna stay here with. Let me see if you like this squishy, huh?
I'm going to sneak over to the northeast portion of just northeast of him, like right about here.
Okay.
And
I don't have sight.
here's my sneak roll.
Okay.
Actually, that's not accurate. Let me.
Nick and
It's actually a 97.
Okay. 97
there
is a
we go.
great roll still. And so you are rolling against 3, 4.
Oh no.
Excellent. You are well hidden. Nikana, the Wexlebin does not seem to respond to squishy, so
Okay, let's try something else. Swifty?
It seems to nod in agreement. Apparently, it wants to be named Swifty. Thank you, chat,
Swifty.
for making that happen.
Swifty in here.
Get Swifty. And so as Flynn nears the mountain in front of him, which kind of provides some cover, a little bit is opened up from your point of view, and I'm gonna kind of exit out so everyone watching can really see how large this structure is. So you can see our wonderful cast up there.
Hey, Bran.
Yes.
You know about these things. Do you think maybe if once we get to know it better, that maybe I could ride it?
I mean, you'd just be riding a little old pig thing, but why not?
It's not large enough to ride.
He's small though. He's like a little. Okay. No, apparently
I would say
you just squished the poor little animal.
Here, let me
Nick and
help.
David are probably the smallest people we have.
Okay.
There. Swifty, it cannot be ridden, thank you. No. So this very large structure, Flynn, you've inched closer. Belfieth is still in his trance, and you can spot that there appear to be rock elemental guardians kind of peppering the entire complex. At the bottom of the stairway stands the humanoid rock elemental. Having spent some time with Brand, you kind of identify it as a Kelementok, but it does look very different from Brand.
Interesting. I want to inspect the rocks along this mountain range here, just to be sure that nothing that looks like a rock is an elemental.
Okay. Roll a potency check.
Okay.
Tofu, thank you for the clip. I'm excited to see that later. With a 98, you're able to determine without a shadow of a doubt that this is indeed just standard rocks. No elementals here. What does everyone else do?
Is there anything else that like I can see? Although I'm not very, magical, so.
Yeah. Well, based on your location, you can see the Byleon and Belfief.
Okay.
There appears to be another small mountainous structure to your right that, again, is part of that. It's almost like a valley that encircles this place.
Okay.
Does anyone want to do or look at anything else?
You just hear Nick and so are you like a boy or a girl? What do I? Huh?
You are very confused, apparently.
I don't understand your anatomy, but I don't want to get too personal like that.
So, as Belfief exits his trance, he walks forward. He appears, however, to be much stronger and slightly taller than he was before.
Weird.
As he approaches, it appears that he has been expected. And so, you guys are all beckoned to come with him. So go ahead and move your characters. And guess what? Nikina, you now have control of the Wexlabin.
It's your buddy.
It's not 100% yours yet, but I'm gonna allow you to control it.
Gotta win its trust.
As Belfief walks forward, the Kelementok takes a step forward as well.
Come on, Swifty. It's okay.
Belfief begins speaking in an unfamiliar language, one you can only guess is known to the specific group of rock elementals. Brand, even you do not recognize it. After some communication, which appears to be formal in nature, Belfief bows. As he arises, the rock Kelementok turns and beckons that he follows. Belfief turns to the rest of the group and states, "Follow me. Touch and say nothing until I request you to do so."
Can I touch the ground? Because that's important.
I sneak up to this area right here, and as I get closer to them, I emerge from the shadows and join the rest of the group.
All right. You guys are led up and into this building, this spire, this very odd place. And so, as you do so, one of the rock elemental guards follows. Belfief walks behind the rock Kelementok that seems to be leading the way. And the room you're in, as you ascend the stairway, the large stone doors open slowly. And once you approach the entryway, a rush of stale air meets your nostrils. From within the structure, small globes of light begin to illuminate on the wall, allowing you to see your footing. Within the walls of what appears to be the foyer are several small pedestals. Atop each of them are small relics. Some look menacing, others look like shards of a religious artifact. Others still look as though they're ordinary things from Erethe that hold some significance. In fact, David Threepwood, you can spot what appears to be a Dargoth sword on one of them. So, you guys will be led through. Now, as you guys are being led through, you have an opportunity here, should you choose to take it. It doesn't appear as any of these things are being particularly well guarded. There is only one guard. He is behind you, and you can't really tell if he's picking up on what you guys are doing or how you're doing it. You could probably distract him if you wanted to as well.
David keeps on moving. He doesn't see anything he wants.
Okay.
Do I know what this is?
You can look at it as you walk by. On that pedestal is a piece of glass that seems to glitch in and out of reality. It's very bizarre looking and appears to emit a small shroud of dust. You're not quite sure what it particularly does, but you do feel potent energy seeping from it.
As I was walking past it, the shield, what does it look like?
Red, white, and blue.
Justice. It looks like justice.
Oh no!
Yes. Tofu says touch the glass. On this pedestal, there's an ornate shield mounted upon it. There's a crack straight down the center of it that stops about halfway. The shield itself, however, appears to be made of dragon bone.
From the old world.
What?
Nothing.
Excuse me, Captain?
Yeah, but Niggin is leading Swifty.
It's Swifty.
I mean, is it though?
It is, because it's named after Taylor Swift, Jordan.
No, I got it, but I'm not gonna not Rick and Morty
That's
a little
fine.
bit.
Yeah.
And what's this
but-
little pink Kirby looking thing?
We're following dutifully behind because we have faced the wrath of Belfi before.
Okay. Belfith. Brand, as you walk
Gramps.
towards this pedestal, there's a small vial on it. The liquid inside undulates and continues to change color, seemingly as though prompted by the beings that pass by it. You're guessing, based on colors and how it swirls and your own knowledge about potency, it's most likely that this is some kind of truth serum. Flynn, I see you're located at the back of the group right now. Are you, it appears you're muted as well.
He's mute.
Oh yeah, you're
that
talking
Flynn
with your
doesn't
hand
talk-
motions.
He doesn't talk much.
Yeah, I'm at the back of the group. I want to gauge whether or not these things are on a pressure plate.
Okay, roll a sneak check.
And you're really RPing your character well.
Yeah, he's
Well, I didn't really say much of anything until he just mentioned it, and then I realized I was mute.
Flynn with these rolls. You cannot burst into action, but
Springs
man,
into
98 and a 101. So, with a 101, you're able to know for a fact there is no pressure plate, there is no string. These are simply on display. It appears like almost anyone, if you can get in past the guards, could take this without much of a confrontation.
So I kind of see Flynn hanging back. Can I kind of catch the eye of the Rock Guardian
Sure.
and engage him in a conversation?
Oh,
Hello,
yes,
fellow
please
rock.
do. So, the Rock Guardian seems to kind of keep up with the back end of the group. And so Flynn is standing in front of him. Brand, you're looking at those, and now you, I'm assuming, walk towards the Rock Guardian?
I just kind of stand in his line of sight and kind of give Flynn the side eye, like, hey, little guy, like,
Little man.
little duckling.
This thing that's on the pedestal, How big is it?
It would be about the size of like a glass cup, if that makes sense. Like an elaborate glass cup, I guess, but
Like an 8-ounce cup, 16-ounce cup. So we're talking 64-ounce
6
big bowl.
ounce.
we're not talking.
6 ounce cup of coffee here.
We're talking maybe like a 32-ounce mug type of size, okay? Not, yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna take the straightforward and honest approach. I look at that rock guardian and I point to the orb, and I point to me.
To Brand, like, or are you just like
The rock guardian that's behind us and staring at us.
yeah?
I think
I
can have it.
Yeah, I point to it. I point to me, looking at him.
The Rock Guardian doesn't respond in any way.
So
I pick it up.
Brand is
Oh.
gonna like
Hold on.
catch the rock. No, Mr. Rock Guardian, come over and talk to me.
So, the Rock Guardian walks forward as Flynn picks up the glass thing. It grabs you by the arm and appears to start trying to pull you toward the front of the group. You're not quite sure what the intention is there yet, but are you going to let go of the glass, or?
Wait, did he grab me by the hand that has the glass, or does he grab me by the other hand?
The other arm.
I go with him while holding the glass object.
Okay. And so you're being led by the arm at the back of the group as everyone else continues forward. And so I'll kind of put everyone where they need to be. But basically, the long and short of it is you're going to be led to basically a holding cell
Oh.
for having tried to steal one of their artifacts.
Didn't try to steal it, I asked. He just didn't recognize the fact that it was a question.
And so he leads you up
He
and
leads me
around.
right past him.
Yeah. So they all kind of turn, and he just very quietly, and because you are technically mute, puts you in a cell and then proceeds to walk away. There is another rock guardian in the holding cell with you. And so, Brand, you see all of this happen. What do you do?
So he's still holding the cup goblet, the glitchy thingy, right? He didn't put it back.
So at this moment, he is been led with the glass object past the back of everybody and into the holding cell. You, however, have a few moments before the Rock Guardian enters back into the room.
I would like to swipe the truth serum
Okay.
and then catch up to the rest of the party. Oh no!
Okay.
Look what happened, Mom.
What happened?
As you reach the rest of the group, having been very gentle and careful and sneaky, the Rock Guardian exits back and kind of hangs out at the back of the group. He walks over and places the glass glitchy thing back on the pedestal, and then returns, not having looked
so he did
at
take
the
it from me.
vial. Yes. Yes, Flynn, you do not have it no more.
Oh,
Continuing forward, the Rock Kellementok leads the rest of the group into the next area. Now, while this is happening, Flynn, what are you doing?
Oh, clearly they want me in this holding cell. I'm assuming the door's locked.
Locked is a loose term. It is definitely like barred in, but it is not really a normal door. It's basically like just a bunch of dirt and debris and rock and stuff. All in all,
Oh.
I would say you could probably just like push your way out of it fairly easily. But the real challenge is the simple fact that there is a rock guardian right
standing
in front
outside
of you.
of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll sit tight.
Okay.
I'll let this misunderstanding sort itself out.
Okie doke.
Do you know what that was all about?
Brand, you've made it clear that Flynn is incarcerated right now.
I have no idea. Flynn was just standing there, and all of a sudden, this rock guardian came up and just dragged the poor little guy off and put him in that holding cell. It's so upsetting.
You guys tried to steal stuff again, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. You need to shut up, little man.
Listen, Gramps specifically said don't make the rocks mad.
So, moving
Usually he's right about this kind of stuff.
moving past the foyer, the doors are opened into a large sanctum. Large statues line the circular walls of important figures, all Kilamentok that seem to have significance to the current residents. As you near the back of the room, there are excuse me. As you near the back of the room, there are two transepts on the left and right that house very large rock elementals. They levitate in the air, the rocks and potency that make up their form orbiting a central point. As you continue forward, you notice there are several offerings that have been made at some of the statues. Most of the offerings appear to be sentimental, though you spot a few rare-looking items peppered into the piles.
My little buddy go.
What kind of items?
Like rare items?
You can make some rolls to check it out.
From a distance?
Yeah.
All right.
While I'm doing that, I'm also looking for where Swifty went.
Yoo-hoo, Swifty, you done run off.
Swifty! Swifty was right with me, and now I don't see it.
For real, where did Swifty go? Whatever.
Oh.
There he is.
Hey, Swifty.
If you find another Swifty, disregard it.
Can I rename?
multiplying.
Can we rename it now?
Oh no!
No, it's still Swifty. So let's see. 83. Is that you, David Threepwood, checking out stuff?
There we go. Now it's officially Swifty.
Yeah, my D100 I just rolled. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see at one of the statues a steel crossbow that seems to be smoldering.
Which one?
It's giving you the Flynn.
It's right. Sorry, not
Oh,
that
that
one.
one.
It's the one way
smolder.
back in the corner on the left as you walked in.
And these are all the rock guardians?
Yes,
Okay.
there are rock guardians
Wow.
kind of
Okay.
all over.
All right.
Now, for everyone else, Nick, and the 23 is your observing roll.
Apparently.
Okay. You see a sack that appears to be filled with Corfallen teeth, which, as many of you know living in the Azure, is the form of currency. You don't know
Where's
how
that fat
much,
sack?
but you can probably guesstimate about 50.
Where is that?
That one is opposite the steel crossbow. Brand, as you're looking around, you see another sack that is probably filled with a similar amount of Corfallen teeth.
So we're just standing here.
You
And the
guys are
rock.
slowly walking through. As you're ambling, you're noticing these things. So you can try and
Got
either
you.
cause a diversion, you can just let it go, or you can continue onward.
Are we headed this direction?
You're headed to, yes, the south, right in front of you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to kind of walk over here and then start freaking out. Oh no, my toe! I stubbed my toe! Oh, it hurts so bad. Does anybody have a bandage? I think I need a doctor.
This is all happening as the Belfeath and the Kelementok are going forward. I need you to roll a speech check.
I got nothing.
Oh, that doesn't mean.
By the way,
nothing.
just out of curiosity, if Nekina and Swifty kind of lull behind, what are the Rock Guardians doing in response? Like, are they hardcore observing, or are they just passive?
I can tell you exactly what's going on, actually. So the one closest to you, Brand, it walks forward to check out what's going on there. The Rock Guardian at the very back also steps forward to see what the commotion is. Now, at this point, Nikina and David, you guys are able to do sneak checks if you want and try and move about, or you can just let Brand cause a scene for no apparent reason.
I'm going to attempt a sneak, but my backup plan in case I get noticed is that Swifty needed to go to the bathroom.
96. Let's see, the two closest to you. Oh, David Threepwood. David Threepwood, you just like lift your hands up, and that's your sneak position. Nikina, you, however, are well hidden.
As I hold on, I gotta ungroup myself from Swifty. Would I have noticed David's little obsession with the new crossbow?
Roll a D100. Knowing how much David Threepwood has talked about his iron crossbow, yes.
In that case, since I'm closest to it and I am sneaky sneaks, I'm just gonna
All right,
pocket
you grab
it and then right back to Swifty.
Aw, Tofu, thank you for the gifted sub to Malak. You are awesome. Malak,
What's up?
enjoy all of these dragon cookies. Yippee! So, you grab the steel crossbow. It seems to be slowly smoldering in your hand, though it doesn't hurt. Walking back to the rest of the group, you can try to slyly give it to David, or you can hold on to it. Your call.
Can I just, if I put it in like my pack, if when I grabbed it, if putting it in my pack, would it burn my pack or is it fine?
No, it appears to be on the launching mechanism that it's smoldering, like where you would put a bolt.
Okay, so it's safe.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would have just packed it so no one would see it on me.
Noted.
David just whistles forward and moves on up the group.
All right, Swifty had to go pee. I'm catching up. Sorry, guys.
The final door is opened.
Somehow, every time I move, Swifty gets further away from me. There you go, Swifty.
Can you guys all see past the doorway?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
Oh my.
The final door is opened. Belfeath turns around and notices that we are down one party member. He speaks something to the Rock Kelementok that has been leading him this whole time, and he sends one of the Rock Guardians to procure Flynn. So Flynn, you can move yourself down to the rest of the group if you would like. And I'll move you past doorways.
Unless you want to try to steal something on the way.
Yeah. That's probably bad news if that's the case.
Steal me once, shame on you.
Yeah. And so
I mean,
as you enter this room, it is revealed a colossal room with a domed ceiling. In the middle of the room, a well of potent energy shoots through an opening in the center of the dome and continues into open air. And I will illuminate that very quickly so everyone can see just how crazy town this thing is. Bam! And so that is a well of potent energy bursting into the open air. Around the vast well are immaculate carvings depicting what is assumed to be the struggles of the rock elemental's heritage, specifically here in this area. Seated on a large, carved stone throne is another Kilamentok. This one is much larger than the others and appears to be significantly older than anything else in the room. It stands and saunters down the steps leading to the throne to meet the envoy. As the guide bows, Belfeath follows suit and motions for you.
We found the other Swifty.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'm gonna kill one of them. Dead.
Pet 2, they get a bonded.
No.
That one was squishy.
There we go. Squishy. Dead. Dead. Belfeath follows suit and motions for you to do the same. You all bow. After what seems like forever, they both rise again, and the group follows their lead. Belfeath steps forward and begins speaking to the Rock Kilamentok in that same unfamiliar language. He motions to you each, stating a phrase after each point. The Kilamentok then walks in front of each of you, gazing into your soul with each step, one by one. After a moment of inspection, he returns to Belfeath and points up to a small altar on a platform near the center of the stairway. Belfeath produces the Outsider Lord Heart and places it atop a clawed stand. As he does so, the heart explodes in potent energy, surrounding it and producing a beam that shoots into the stream of energy from the giant well behind the throne. The stream of potent energy from the well begins to change colors. From brilliant white, it changes to a vivid green, a burnt orange, and then a deep red. It continues to change colors, and then the well becomes black. As it does so, every elemental in the room gasps. Belfeath's head slowly lowers, gazing upon the ground. The Kilamentok removes the heart and hands it to a guard, which carries it away. After a brief moment of solitude, Belfeath bows once more to the Kilamentok and walks towards the group. Belfeath looks you all over once more, and he says, "We will speak outside. Follow me." And that is where we're going to end the session.
It knows what we took.
Yes. You guys are done for. No.
Keep it hidden. Keep it safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, he said we needed to get along, and stealing something for my new friend.
Just team building exercises.
It's still anything for the record. I asked.
You did. That was a communication error.
You asked without words.
That's the challenge. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, for watching. We're gonna hang out post-stream chat for a little bit. Big shout out to Tofu and Raven and all of our new gifted subs. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the emotes. If you haven't already, check out our podcast on YouTube. If you're a subscriber, you can watch the video on demand on any podcasting app. Join our Discord if you would like more behind-the-scenes content. Specifically our post-stream hangouts. We post them on our Patreon page, as well as character sheets and from one-shots specifically, and some other one-shots, full recordings of those one-shots. So we will be in a very interesting place in our next episode. I'll put it that way. Lots to be revealed, but I want to thank you guys for making this possible, and thank you for keeping this going. Guys, we will be back in a moment. This was Shattered Dungeons. Bye.
It's all over now.
Yeah, it's all done. Yeah.
Oh.
Bye.
Swifty!